So a horrible night last night as many WWE NXT superstars were released. Just in case you're tuning in now, you've not read the news yet, we're going to go through those names, some very big names on that list. But we've also got the real reason, a bit of an unexpected reason for some of these cuts. So kicking off with the main roster, Keith Lee. The Bearcat, mental. Yeah.
How do you have somebody like Keith Lee and drop the ball like that?
He could be the top star in like any company.
Any company in the world.
He's got it all.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Karrion Kross, Nia Jax, B-Fab, Gran Metalik, Lince Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, and Eva Marie. Obviously, Harry Smith was fairly recently signed, did some dark matches, never even made it to a brand. But those are your main roster lot, but it doesn't end there, unfortunately. In NXT also, Scarlett, Ember Moon, Franky Monet, Oni Lorcan, Jessi Kamea, Zayda Ramier, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, and Jeet Rama too. And this brings the total number of WWE releases this year up to over 70, which is absolutely mad. But anyway, on to the real reason for some of these WWE cuts. This was initially broken by Andrew Zarian, who said, spoke to a source regarding the WWE roster cuts. It's believed that possibly 4 individuals were released due to not being vaccinated. Fightful followed up saying at least 5 of those released were openly unvaccinated, and some of the names were very surprising but didn't specify who. One of them, though, has been named by the New York Times as well, saying Nia Jax. I don't want to sit here and speculate too much about who is and who isn't. I know Karrion Kross has been has liked various sort of anti-vax tweets, that sort of stuff. So a lot of this comes down to the fact that if you're unvaccinated, you of course can't get clearance to work internationally in many countries. And WWE, although the majority of their revenue is from TV deals, the Saudi deal, all that stuff, they still make a pretty penny from going, especially to international markets. The UK tours, especially, they make a huge amount of money.
I mean, historically, what was it? We were the second biggest market for wrestling, kind of in terms of revenue, sales, and that kind of thing. But it's going to become the new political conversation, isn't it? This whole idea of the vaccinated working status, and it's not something we are really too qualified to talk about. But I think the WWE are well within their rights if they have these stars and they do need to be working internationally, and these people cannot work internationally, then
if you can't perform your job,
kind of tied. Yeah, if you can't perform your job, then why? What reason have they got to allow that?
I can imagine it's maybe caused some tension as well between the wrestlers themselves, because there will be wrestlers who might not want to work with an unvaccinated performer.
This is it.
I mean, I think it's unsurprising to hear that may contribute to somebody's firing. I'm not saying I agree, I disagree.
I think this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the wider world of sports, though. I think if it comes down to it, there's going to be a lot more mandatory kind of either this is it or you walk, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And it'll be interesting regarding some of those names. Nia Jax is the only one that's been reported. But it'll be interesting to see which companies would be willing to take them. I guess it'll be the ones that don't travel internationally too much. If they feel that person will still bring value to the roster, then maybe they will look at signing those people. So this is a weird story coming up next. Obviously on the back of the releases, floods and floods of support for those released from the entire wrestling world. Keith was the #1 trend yesterday. Just the word Keith.
Just the word Keith.
People haven't forgotten. But one person who's got a lot of heat online is Cody Silagi, or Izzy's dad. And his mum, her mum as well. Izzy's mother, Jenny, as well. Both commenting on the release of Lince Dorado. They tweeted, at Luchador LD, his handle, good luck in your future endeavours, with a smiley emoji. But this was a sarcastic tweet, seemingly. Izzy's mother, Jenny, posted in Spanish that I hoped our paths would cross one day. And this appears to be a reaction to a tweet back from 2018 where Lince expressed concern after a video circulated of Izzy taking that choke slam. She was just 12 years old at the time. He said, I will not support this and I will leave it at that. As a parent and a professional, professional wrestler, I feel utterly embarrassed due to my peers' actions. Not okay. This follows Izzy's parents being, under fire following the MSK stuff and rumours that they were leading chants to boo them and that sort of stuff.
I'm sure Lince Dorado is crying right now, really, focusing on this and isn't, looking toward his future where he's probably going to make bank wherever he goes for any other company. But I feel he's in the right. Every person I've met who's trained to wrestle before the age of about 16 has problems with their knees, their back. They, shouldn't have been taking bumps.
Your body's still developing.
Yeah, they always tell me they regret it. And it's something that I think that if this is where it's going, if Izzy's going to be a pro wrestler and you're going to be kind of doing this stuff to other talents, it's not really how it's done in the industry, is it?
No, I feel like he was just looking out for her. It was just he was just expressing concern. I feel like to wish somebody sarcastically good luck in your future endeavours, that sort of thing, isn't very nice after they just lost their job. The good thing about that, though, right, is not that there's many good things about that. Lince Dorado was one of the people who wanted his release. They've been going backstage and requesting a release, so maybe it was sincere. Who knows?
I don't know. We'll see him next week on NXT, I'm sure.
Izzy's parents. And finally, we are finishing off with a released WWE star who's already confirmed for an indie return. This happened literally hours after he was announced.
Yeah,
this right, is the way man. To do it. It's so good, isn't it?
Capitalise on it all.
Totally. And obviously the NXT stars don't have to do the whole 90-day no-compete thing. They've got a 30-day no-compete. So he's going to be popping up sooner rather than later. We are talking about Trey Baxter. Now, once again, Blake Christian. He's been confirmed for GCW events in Dallas on December the 4th and LA on December 17th. So they wasted no time and at all.
You can't blame them. Get in there fast and make a huge announcement. This is great.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Still, while I don't know if his name was trending specifically, but while these names are trending, while people are searching for them, boost your promotion. It makes total sense.
Can you imagine somebody like AEW doing it? It would just be like, oh yeah, I'll be on this show.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks' time. Okay.
So they made the announcement with a caption, "Home is where the heart is." Christian left GCW in January of this year, losing that title versus career match to Ricky Shane Page, who's not a great wrestler. So good luck to him, not just to him though, to all of the names on this list. It's a horrible thing, and these releases are becoming more and more common, unfortunately.
It's
more regular.
With the bags of money, I suppose you've got to just...
Well, that's it. There's definitely... there's
correlation
there's a correlation between what we're going to talk about in the second news video and what went on last night. So we've got all the details from the conference call with WWE last night. There's a reason that these releases came immediately following that, and we'll tell you more in the second video. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. See you in a bit.